Hello there. And you probably just got a shock because you just see both of our ugly faces. But welcome to the first episode of Victories and Vengeances, where we go over the triumphs, the good things that happened over the past week, the bad things. We shout out the people that we liked. We talk about the people that we hate, um, and just stuff that happened in our life that's good. It's so if you want to tell us what a better backdrop would be, because all we have is a Hall of Fame picture of Ricky Jackson, autographed by the way. Um, so that's cool. But if you want to see something else like avocado pits growing back there, we got that going. Some lettuce, a tree or something. But
Got plain beige, if that's...
yes. Besides that, you can give us any recommendations. Hope you didn't click off the video already, but I guess they can't hear that. Anyway, before we get off to our discussions about what happened in the past week in our lives, I got a new catchphrase. Okay. Like the video if you liked it. Okay. Share the video if you want to see it. If you want to see me be successful. Dislike the video if you hate me. DM me if you're trying to fillet me. That's a good one.
Okay.
All right, you go first.
In terms of victories and vengeances,
Yes.
no big victories really.
That's
th- yeah, well, I got my personal channel off the ground.
yes.
Off the ground, yeah. There was some drama at Mark's school that I was kind of a part of.
Yeah, that girl sucked a
was that?
lot of penis in that locker room. You should have been there. Free blowjobs.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
Just a speaker thing for graduation. That was kind of...
Now, before you even begin to explain that, does anyone care who speaks? Like, just an average person that...
No.
Yeah, who cares who speaks?
There's a celebrity speaker that someone suggested that I would like to see, just because I know Franklin would kill itself.
Nick Cage?
No.
Donald Trump?
A guy named Milo Yiannopoulos.
Who's that?
He's...
Oh, that's that...
he's an alt-right guy.
Yeah. He was in the war room.
Yes.
So he went from Democrat to alt-right? Like...
No. Me?
No, I'm talking about Yiannopoulos, whatever, the Greek guy.
I think he was always kind of far-right. I wouldn't say alt-right. I don't know. I don't know the guy's beliefs, but I know Franklin would implode if he spoke.
I would like him to speak. I get it. At least as a person that I feel a feeling towards. I don't care if Elise did it, or the other Elise, or the other Elise. I don't care who speaks. Like, I mean, it'd be nice if Lynette, our friend, she was on the podcast before, she got to speak. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I really don't care. I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, in like a year or two, you're going to be like, what happened? What was the thing?
Whatever. That was a bad start, Sam. That's the inside the school stuff. I'm trying to branch out.
I'm sorry, I don't have a life. I haven't left my house in like a week.
Okay, I got a victory. I got a valigram.
Ooh, from Dantes?
No, okay. Let me make this story up. I mean, not make it up. It actually happened, but okay. For Friday before this week, Kay gave me the idea to buy a valigram for myself. So I'm like, she was just joking, but I took her seriously. So I went the weekend, I asked for some money for like $3, and Monday I went to the orchestra room and I asked, yeah, can I get a valigram? Then she asked me what song did I want, and I didn't even know they played a custom song. I know nothing about valigrams. I just thought it's just a thing that you give to the girl that you like. That is me. And I didn't even have a song, so my sister was there with me, and she said Deep Throat by Cupcake.
But they play this on like the orchestra instruments, right?
Mm-hmm, yes. So, and then I'm like, she was like, I don't know if I could do that one. I thought she was saying that because that song is extremely graphic. What she really meant is Valentine's Day was tomorrow, that day.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Valentine's Day was this week.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel really bad for it. Like I even felt bad enough to give him a tip afterwards because I made him like transcribe a whole song the day before. Like it was.
But they did it.
I mean, they did it, and it was kind of rough. But I'm not gonna I put them in that position. Anyways, we said a Frank Ocean song. I think it was Ivy. It's a really good song, but it's not my favorite Frank Ocean song. So I left, and at the end of lunch, I came back because I felt like I felt so bad about the song that I picked. I went back and I did Pink and White by Frank Ocean. I felt better about that. And it's the easier song to do, I would think. And the next day I was outside waiting where Sage and Odell and all those crazy folks sit, just waiting for like 20 minutes. And I thought, is the valigram not going to come? Like my own valigram, my own love. I won't be able to receive my own love on Valentine's Day. Like, that's really sad. But eventually they came, and I was on the other side of the courtyard, and like this slow motion thing that was happening for me as I see them come. I'm thinking, this is so dumb and awkward. Why did I do this? This is so funny to me. Like, who would buy a Valorant for themselves?
You.
Yeah, I mean, it was only $3. I think it's worth it. So they end up playing for like two minutes. Like, the whole courtyard for like a split second looked back and then turned right back around.
I would too if I were.
So dumb. No one approached me about it though.
That's probably good.
I did it. It was a publicity stunt. I'm like, hey, if you want more of this, go to GTO podcast channel. But no one cared. So, the song was rough, and they gave me a card, which they did ask me what I wanted a card before, and I said, to the loveliest man on earth. So I got it. That's what it says in cursive, and like, I'm the loveliest man on earth. I need somebody to tell me that.
Is this incredibly conceited or incredibly pathetic?
I think it could
both.
Be both.
It's definitely both.
I told one person about it. I said, "Well, that's nice." No one I don't know, not much of a positive reaction either way about it. And I don't know. I like it because I love myself. Anyway, you can go.
Good for you. I don't know. I got nothing.
You got nothing.
I got nothing.
I got a lot of things.
Keep going.
So my vengeance is against young people clutching the rosary beads when it comes to technology. Whenever an old person talks in a critical way about technology and how it affects our way of life, young people everywhere are like, "Oh, this old senile 40-year-old bastard doesn't understand our way of life. How dare they say I'm spending too much time playing video games or on Twitter and not interacting with my friends." Social media counts as acting with my friends, right?
Yeah.
I mean, technically,
for
you're
most
right.
people, yeah.
I mean, technically, you're right. But the point was, we were watching a TED Talk, actually. And a TED Talk was talking about, she was very uneloquent, was going all over the place. She made a 12-minute video about a 2-minute point, basically saying that we have to negotiate our time between technology and real life. I hate when people say that, but it's all real. We need to spend more time with
physically
others.
Interacting.
Yeah, instead of
digitally.
Instead of like doing things that are without the human touch. So like,
yeah.
I want to know what happened in sports today. Like what happened with the Pelicans game last night. I could either ask you because you were either there or you watched the game.
Yeah.
Or I can just Google it, and that's like a little thing, but that stuff adds up. Like getting your own information without interacting with a human, stuff like that adds up over time. Makes your life just to some degree less human.
Yeah.
And I think that's undisputed. Like you're having less human interactions makes sense that your life would be less enjoyable. But like obviously that's could be disputed because they certainly did dispute it. And I was getting so frustrated. I was probably frustrated. Like you could just feel it. And I was participating multiple times trying to say like this is what the lady's trying to say. You have to negotiate your time because you only have so much time to spend with your family and friends. And they're like, why is this lady talking about technology? My phone is so cool. I interact with my friends all the time. Like, that's not the point. Like, it doesn't matter. You're nothing anyway.
Yeah, true. Franklin is a lot of nothing.
But, I mean, shout out to Claire C. I don't know how to say her last name, but she was the only one that was saying anything that like was agreeable with me. And she was trying to tell this class what this thing was about, and I was trying to be anti-inflammatory as possible, but I really could have said you're all stupid or something and curse somebody out. But I was getting really frustrated. That ruined like the next half of my day.
She still goes there?
Yeah.
Blonde hair or blue hair?
Yeah, it's blonde hair.
Okay.
I think it's Cancian.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I got told about it the next day by my friend Josh, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was that mad. I got passionate anyway. Because it's like, if you dispute something like that, you just dispute anything at that point. You just don't know. Do you even get the game of life?
No.
I just don't know. I got a victory, though. Shout out to my boy Royal. He's buff as fuck. That's all I wanted to say. Shout out to Robert and Ashley, because they watched the rant we did about senior superlatives and how ridiculous they are.
Ashley W?
The one that hangs out with Robert. I don't know which one that is.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't even know how they found.
She saw it on my Facebook. I don't know how Robert found it.
Well, he hangs out with Ashley.
So yeah.
But thanks for watching and enjoying.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy this one. You can just go into a different tab if you don't want to see our faces. Shout out to Marcus. He could have. I had a substitute in sociology, so we convinced Mr. Gav, our substitute,
Mr. Gav,
to let us sit in the courtyard because it'll be more productive.
Yeah, you know, fresh air really invigorates the working mind.
And we didn't do any work.
Of course not.
But they had a cafeteria study hall with some of my friends in there, or one of my friends. He could have it's loaded with all these popular people, you get what I'm saying?
Whoa.
He sat by me instead of sitting by his basketball friends, and I felt good. Because I don't know. He's like really my friend, I guess.
Good for you.
Thank you. That's the point of the show. Good for me. Victory. I watched a really good documentary about gender that National Geographic did. It's really bothering.
Okay.
What?
No. Go.
Are you looking into the camera? That's bothering me.
No, continue.
Let's stare right now.
I'm
anyway,
trying not to.
It was. I didn't realize Katie Kirk was like 60 years old.
She's kind of old.
Yeah, I didn't. She was born like in the 50s. She looks okay.
She's my dad's age. She's like 56 probably.
I didn't know your dad was that old.
He's pretty old. For a parent, then I guess.
I had a discussion about this today. I didn't look this up. I could easily look this up, but I'm gonna be a human. I'm gonna interact with you. I'm gonna have a discussion with you about this.
I'm honored. Really.
What's like the average age that people have their first kid? Like, is it mid-20s, early 20s?
For me, it's like, or for my family, I'd say it's like late 20s, early 30s. I guess. That's when my mom had her first kids.
For me, it was early 20s.
Because she just turned 51.
Just turned 51?
Yeah, and my brother's 21, so when she was like 30.
Yeah. That seemed like a long time.
My grandma just turned like 98, I think.
Your grandmother?
Or 90. 98.
Yeah. That's probably the smart thing to do, is just wait as long as possible until your eggs are like almost withering away. Just wait till like the day before menopause starts. That's when you have the kid.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, I'm not.
How about for your family? Like, what's
22 is when they had me.
Okay.
25 when they had my sister. And I came out, I think if they had me any later, I'd be a lot different, a lot shorter.
Yeah, because it would be a different sperm and a different egg.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Anyway, next all that Vengeance. The back of that, we already talked about that, but
yeah.
Why are just average people talking about this as it matters? Who cares who talks at the frickin' anyway, we're done. I don't have anything else left. I had a pretty good week overall.
What were your thoughts about that gender thing that you saw?
Oh.
Documentary. Because you just said that you saw it, didn't?
It gave me a lot of information about, I already knew like a lot of lingo of the gender thing, because
of Aries.
Because Aries he'll tell you everything about gender without you even looking at and even talking to him. But it gave me, like, I had a lot of interviews with personal interviews with people in their lives. So I had a girl that was a boy, and like it's taken, like, before puberty, she's taking a puberty blocker so her body can develop some more.
Yeah.
Like, it's some really cool science behind how, like, conversion to male to female.
Yeah.
They also had stuff about like a 70-year-old man. His whole life he like repressed the feeling to turn into a woman that he wanted to be, just because he was in love with this woman, married her, had a great marriage, and it revealed like when he was like really old that I really want to be a woman. And I mean, it looks hilarious because he basically looks like an old man with a wig on, which he probably was. And he said, "Oh, this is the really funny thing." Though Katie Kirk asked, "How do y'all still like pleasure each other?" And the woman was like, "Oh, we find ways." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, what does that mean? I was also reading my sociology textbook. They said like still like 40% of people past the age of 60 still have sex time to time. Like, that's gross. I didn't know. I thought like
you don't have to watch or
I'm not
know
talking
about it or anything.
Well, yes, but sex is gross in general.
Yeah.
But I thought like after like the midlife for women, like they really like lose all sex drive because they can't reproduce anymore. But I guess
So women can only have sex to reproduce, Mark. They can't have sex for fun. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I mean, it feels good for the reason so you can reproduce. If it felt bad, no one would ever have sex.
True. Yeah.
I mean, that's the point. Let's stop acting like society didn't like came after evolution. Like, come on.
Yeah.
We're only born to have sex and have children. Everything else is extra. Right now, I'm failing. You're failing. We're not living up to our evolutionary standard. Anyway, that's all I got.
I don't know how I feel about prepubescent kids taking like the puberty blockers, because there's still a lot of untread ground there.
So you're saying that they're really, you think they could be unsure about what their gender really is? So like they think they're a girl, but they really like in 5 years from now they're gonna say I made a mistake.
No, well, there's that, but that's not what I was getting at with this point. Like the science behind it. Doctors don't know if taking a puberty blocker might cause. There have been talks that it might increase your chances for osteoporosis, or some cancers.
Yeah, they talked about how like this is a new frontier of medicine. There's like this was the mother of that child was talking about. She was doing research. What's the effect of this medicine, and is it successful? And like, there's no research on it because like
it's really
new.
Yeah.
So like, and I don't feel. I mean, it could be dangerous, but I'd rather like let them just take it because this is like their life. I'd rather them be satisfied and sick than living a life that they wouldn't want to live.
I'd let my kid act. Like socially, they can be whatever gender they want. But I don't know if I would go so far as to like have the surgeries and the hormone treatments and everything. I don't know if I would go that far so young, with them being so young.
Oh, you don't want to wait till after puberty because it just becomes like a million times harder.
I know that's the kind of the problem.
And then you get like the odd people in the middle, like they look like a man wearing women's clothing or a woman wearing man's clothing. Like they look still in between.
I mean, if there's a chance that like my daughter is just being a tomboy and not actually suffering from gender dysphoria, then I would rather they grow out of it than us risking puberty blockers. I don't know.
The difference between like a tomboy and like a girl that says she's a boy, like the tomboy would never say that she's a boy.
No, I know.
Yeah, but yeah. So in the film, they were talking about how like they know at a very young age that they're gonna tell you what gender they are. Like, I'm a girl, and that's what one of the boys in there were talking about. Just at 4 years old, he said, I like he always dresses in girls' clothing. And he just came out one day to his mom on his 4th birthday and said, I'm a girl. This is not for me. And they went to a scientist or a psychologist or whatever, and they said 4-year-olds, when they tell you stuff like this, they're not lying, because 4-year-olds really don't have the capacity to lie.
But they also don't have the capacity to fully understand the idea of like gender.
They do though. It's like they don't know, they don't know consciously. They don't know. Yeah. Consciously, they don't know. Subconsciously, their mind is trying to tell them that feeling. So like, yeah. I mean, at first it would seem like I don't think you know what you are, but like
I wouldn't say that. I just like I want you to make sure that you're not just rushing into this. So I was reading an article last night about a woman who all her young life, she acted more masculine. And she told her mom, hey, I think I might, like, I am a guy. I identify as a guy. But then when she got to, like, her 20s, or, like, 16 or whatever, late teens, early 20s, she was like, I was just being a bit of a tomboy. So it is possible that they might grow out of it. And that's where I'm concerned, is that if they do grow out of it, or if they do decide that they weren't being definite when they were younger, I don't like people making choices that are so long lasting ever.
I don't like how this camera makes my lips look so black. Anyways,
okay.
They had a part in the documentary that's talking about hermaphrodites. I don't know if that's the right term, but it's basically they have like a very small penis and they have ovaries.
Yeah, they're both masculine or both male and female in terms of genitals.
And they have to, like, the penis is a certain size, they'll convert it to the other to look to being a woman or a man. I'm like, ugh. But that part of the documentary, like, I'm not even gonna try to speak on. Like, you should watch it. And like, it's really, that's where like the science really is really undiscovered because
Yeah.
we just solved that issue. Like the doctors like performing malpractice for like the last I don't know like as far as time, and like we really need to solve that problem. But I'm not gonna speak on it because I'm uninformed, just like everyone else is. Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay.
All right, I think this has been fine.
Yeah.
So this has been Victories and Vengeances. DM me if you're trying to fillet me, like I said. Have a nice day. It's beautiful outside.